Hey everybody, welcome back to another Monday night live stream playing some Dark Souls Remastest edition. I really need a green screen so I could like wave my hand in front of, and be like, hey, behind me we're going to have some precipitation in this area, but no such luck, I'm afraid. OG Alex, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in about 5 minutes, so thanks for stopping by, my friend. Is that a monkey with a gun? What is that emoji? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, this is Dark Souls Remastest edition. So if you don't know Inferno Plus, he's the guy that made the Mario Royale before Nintendo DMCA'd him to death. And he also made this mod. Hey, what's up, SMZ with the hamburger? Appreciate it. And so this is Dark Souls with weapons from Halo is essentially what this is. It's got a few other funny little twerks in it, which we're going to discover together. Full disclosure, I did a playthrough of this about 2 or 3 weeks ago to make sure everything works okay and it doesn't crash and all that, which of course it doesn't. Inferno knows what he's doing. So anyway, let's hop right in and play some Dark Souls Remastest edition, shall we? It's going to be good times for all. Yeah! It's a little bit louder than I expected, but it's okay. We're going to turn the brightness up because I'm, of course, a coward. But anyway. We turn motion blur off because we're not horrible. We don't hate ourselves. Enter a character name. Oh, I can type. I forget I'm on the PC version, so I can type. That's nice. We need to be the one that starts with the... Oh, actually, we can be anything, but we need our starting gift to be the pendant, because of course we do. I got to decide who I want to be. I've never been much for magic, and I do like pyromancy, so we'll go with pyromancer. Pendant, there we go. Physique, very large. Here, we'll be the Smexy Noble. Let's get ourselves some wild hair. And then, of course, because we're Lee Chaolan, we need the silver hair. Dump Truckster? I mean, we can be Dump Truckster if you want. It makes no difference to me. Here we go. Oh, we gotta, hold on. There we go. Dump Truckster. I like it. There we go. How do I shot accept? Yes. Oh. You've all seen that before. You've all played Dark Souls. Or at least... SMZ has. I don't know about the rest of you. But you've all seen that before. Oh yeah, I do want you to see this. Check out the model replacement work. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Imagine playing Dark Souls for the story. I say that having watched like a 2-hour-long lore synopsis from Dark Souls 1, just Dark Souls 1, earlier this week. Or last week, rather. It's Monday, so it really wasn't much earlier this week. It was last week. Yeah, check this out. finishing the fight. All right, let's go. Did they not give me my pyromancy flame? Of course not. Yeah, you better call a Bachman Turner Overdrive, SMC, because you ain't seen nothing yet. Hey, Jaime. No, we just got started. So other than Master Chief, you didn't miss much. Where are you going? I was gonna make espresso. It's kind of weird in Dark Souls 1, they don't start you off with your starting equipment. You have to go and procure it, which is kind of weird, but okay. Are there backstabs in Dark Souls 1? I can't remember. Like, backstabs in Dark Souls 3 were my jam. That's pretty much how I beat the entire game, was just like backstabbing everything. Thanks, my dude. Yeah, so let's go, and I believe the first firearm is over here. Let's see, where's our pendant? Why don't we have our pendant? I picked pendant, did I not? Oh yeah, kick is wonderful because you just lure invaders to ledges and just kick them off. Alright, I'm not crazy. I picked pendant in the starting gift section, right? I did pick pendant. Yeah, I think I know the skeletons you're talking about. We're going to run into them in just a second. Dark Souls is actually not as hard, and I'm not trying to sound elitist. It is actually not as hard as you think it is once you kind of figure out a few ways to exploit the game. Dark Souls 3 in particular is very easy because you can just backstab stuff so easy. Well, I failed on that. I made it very far in Dark Souls 2, but I never finished it. I got to the big castle like towards the end of the game and never went any further than that. Oh, that's Ole Miss. That's my alma mater and favorite college football team ever. Oh, I do remember this from the first time I played through this. Could I get some stamina, please? There we go. I think I saw Maximilian beat this guy. Oh yeah, I forgot about two-handing weapons. I should have done that. Except where is my pendant? And why is this boss music still playing in this room? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. That's got to be a bug. It's fine. Yeah, I need to go back to that room we were just at because there's a weapon there. Do not flee from me. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely a bug that music shouldn't be playing. Forgot how slow move speed was. Ow. It does make the game more dramatic with the music playing, at least. Oh gosh. No, no. Ah. Oh, you stupid realistic physics engine. There we go. I need to get back over there. Because the first weapon is hidden on that hallway on the opposite side. Yeah, over here. Yeah, you got to hit the flask pretty hard in this game. Okay, I need to check the guide here because that's not working. Around the staircase where Oscar of Astoria gives you the Estus Flask, there's a long hallway adjacent. Use the pendant in front of the broken brick wall at the end of the hallway. Let's see. Let's open up a nice photograph. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was off. I know where to go now. Perfect. Oh yeah, here we go. Now we're packing. All right. So we definitely want to... Yeah, here we go. Oh, hold on. We got to equip. Got to go to ammunition right quick. Here we go. Oh yeah. Now this is gaming. Let's make a quick loop back around. Oh. That's really annoying, actually. I want to say that boss took me like 2 hours the very first time I played Dark Souls. I didn't know what I was doing, so... yeah, it is. It's tournament legal. See, I think there's some items hidden down over here as well. That music is really annoying. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem when I enter boss arenas. We'll just continue onward. Yes, indeed. So we need some vit, like, immediately, and some more endurance. Because we have none. Yeah, here we go. Probably going to find us a good straight sword somewhere to be our non-OP weapon. There we go. Yeah, that's not broken at all. Nope. And there's a ring hidden over here somewhere I've got to find. Where is the squirrel ring? I know I got it last time. Beside the last staircase into the fire-linked aqueduct. Beside the last staircase into the fire-linked aqueduct. Okay. The squirrel ring I probably liked even more than being able to have weapons. Get clipped, son. Nice battle axe. Yeah, here we go. Oh no. Yeah, let's equip. Yeah, check this ring out here. Check this out, guys. Whee! That's some high quality. Yeah, the plasma pistol of the ancients. You didn't get this in your first playthrough? You weren't playing the right game. It definitely makes the playthrough interesting. It doesn't completely break the game like you think, but it does definitely make it interesting. Also, the only way to upgrade these weapons is with Demon Titanite, which is fairly rare. Ow. Need to equip some things. Yeah, there we go. And get wrecked. Our health is so low, though. I guess it's just the Pyromancer start. It's definitely nice. It's super nice. But it provides its own unique challenges. Some bosses it's really good against, and then some of them it's terrible. You just have to go back to melee. It's very effective for sections where like there's like dragons and things that you need to get out of the way, because you have infinite ammo, so you can just shoot them out of the way. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to waste arrows. Fun fact, that dragon is, he has no hitbox. It also uses stamina. If you let your stamina run out and you keep trying to shoot, it'll do the animation where it burns your hand and you'll be stunned for a second. Yeah, there we go. You don't have to do that, but it's nice to get rid of the snipers for sure. It's just Dark Souls, the on-rail shooter. And some enemies will resist it too, so you'll just have to use normal weapons for that. Let's definitely equip that. Some of the worst enemies in Dark Souls are just dudes that stand up high and throw crap at you. Like that guy has nothing on the Orlando archers, but he's still pretty bad. Especially your first time playing through, you don't know that he's there. Yeah, bows are actually pretty good if you got the decks for them. Imagine playing decks in Dark Souls. I've done decks in Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3. It's pretty good. You can do some fun stuff. I'm going to check and make sure there's no weapons in the Undead Burg. There's some in the Undead Parish. Ash Lake, Blighttown, Painted World, Demon Ruins. No, it looks like there's no guns here. So we can just continue on. There is one in the Undead Parish. Up in the rafters. The SMG is there. So yeah, let's continue. You gotta be quick on the draw, or they'll get you. I Thank goodness that wasn't a mimic, because I did not take my time to check it, but most of these earlier ones are fine. You can get the Halo sword, yeah. I'm not sure where you get it. In this version, there's a glitch where you can downgrade a Silver Knight sword into it. So that's probably what I will do if I get the chance, just so I don't have to hunt it down. But yeah, you can get the plasma sword in this. You can also get Master Chief's armor too, because he's an optional boss fight in this. I believe there is a guy on top of that tower too, so we need to go get rid of him. Just because I'd hate to get shot in the back with a crossbow arrow while I'm trying to deal with these guys, and then there's a Silver Knight down there. This weapon does wonders for poise breaking. Oh no, he resisted. Got our first Titanite chunk relatively early. That's a tough enemy if it's the first time you've ever played this game. I remember farming that guy for souls the very first time I played, and I thought you just needed to like level up a bunch and the game would get easier. Yeah, that's dead end. I'll go down there. Whee! We can use this to sequence break in a few places. Like I think we can go up here if we try hard enough. If we really believe. Yeah, there we go. Get the gold pine resin. Yeah, I see that door's locked, so we're going to have to jump back down. It does get harder. Like the guns are really strong at the beginning, but they get weak. They get weaker, and they're harder to upgrade. And they don't scale. So like there's no stat that you can dump points into to make them stronger. But here at the beginning, yeah, it is pretty easy at the beginning. And like this next boss, we'll want to do him the old-fashioned way. Can you not quick slide down ladders in Dark Souls 1? This is an outrage. It's unfair. Yeah, see how I fell over because I used all my stamina? Easy, Seabiscuit. Ah. Oh, I got stuck between his legs. It wouldn't let me go through. Hey, Mike. How you doing? Good to see you. Missed you last week. Glad you're back. Yeah, see, the guns get they get worse. Some bosses, they're actually really good. Like crappy stuff like Moonlight Butterfly, you can just stand back and kill them. But for tougher bosses, it doesn't do as good. So it's definitely a balance. It's not the most OP thing ever. But for guys like this, yeah, you can just blast them. This weapon is actually... Blighttown is really fun with guns. Because you have to be quick draw and you have to like snipe enemies to avoid getting poisoned. So it's really fun. I know that's probably the first time Blighttown and really fun have been said in the same sentence. But I thought it was when I played through a couple weeks ago. This time I'll actually rest at the other bonfire. Aim, dude, aim. I didn't want to kill too many because we're just going to rest at the bonfire here. I would like more health. I don't have a lot of health right now. Who is hitting me? Also, if you run out of ammunition, you have to go back into your inventory and re-equip it. So if you're like in the middle of a fight and that happens, you're in trouble. Because you have to actually open up the overscreen menu. Could you stop? I hate this game. Let's go play some more Sonic. Yeah, Mike, I'm going to need some Titanic facts. That's the only thing that's going to get me through this. It's a horrible game here. I need all the Titanic facts. This is what you do when you don't care anymore. You just run. Whatever. Sometimes enemies just get like this magic, like jump across the screen attacks with gigantic hitboxes. It's so stupid. It's outrageous. It's unfair. I can't be on the council without being a Jedi Master. Oh. At least those guys are dedicated. I'll give them that. Yeah, F in the chat for me. Could you get up, please? Oh, that almost got me. Not so fancy pants now, huh? Ford Taurus demon. Alright, let's get the dragon to land on here. Fallout vibes with death claws and plasma pistol. Essentially, I mean. If you look up the Dark Souls lore for like demons versus gods versus humans versus all the different races, it's actually very interesting. How's that for vitality? Yeah, let's just get 15 vit. I'm thinking we go a heavy strength build this game since we're dump truckster. I think we need to be like wielding demon great axe or something by end game. So why don't we toss a few into dexterity just so we can get a bow later, and then we'll just go like vit, strength, dex. Let's go. I'm so looking forward to Elden Ring. I can't wait till that game hits. That's going to be fun. It's kind of funny that all these games that have traditionally not been open world are going open world now. Like Shin Megami Tensei 5 is an open world game for some reason. And then Elden Ring is going to be like Dark Souls open world. But I trust From Software to do justice to open world games. Like I think that their take is going to blow stuff like Assassin's Creed out of the water. I really do. You won't be climbing any radio towers to unlock the map in Elden Ring. Or at least I hope not. I want to go back up and talk to Solaire. I always confused at the map in this part and can never remember where to go. Oh my gosh. Really? My dude runs so slow. Is Halo Infinite open world? I like having a lot of health because I tend to take lots of hits because I'm bad at dodging. But endurance just scales so bad. Like you got to dump so many points into endurance to get some more stamina. At least in Dark Souls 3. I don't remember about 1. But you're right. We need both. No, I want to help you. I remember the very first time I played through this, I didn't understand how co-op worked until I had already made it to Honor Londo. I just knew that like sometimes I could summon people to help me and then sometimes I couldn't. And I could never really figure out why. Whee! But I finally figured it out. Here, shoot fire. Now let's go and get... And yes, I know the Dragon Blade is the scrub weapon, but it's good enough until we get something that I actually like to use. SMZ, if only I could be so grossly incandescent. Uh-oh, we got a Titanic fact in the audience. As the wreck rusts, the Titanic generates icicle-looking structures called rusticles. These are created by bacteria unique to the ship and named after it. Holimonius Titanici? Now that's some high-quality Titanic facts. I'm Trent, and you're watching the Titanic channel. There is a purpose for shooting this dragon in the tail, by the way. There we go. Oh, we don't have the strength needed. Oh, we just need more strength. That's fine. We'll check it out later. Like I said, I want this to be a big, like, nasty, you know, super great sword run. So we're definitely going to get the strength for it eventually. We got to go see our friend Andre the blacksmith as well and upgrade some weapons. The Eric Andre blacksmith. Or it's like, what if your weapon was purple? Yeah, we can get the SMG. Not the SMZ, but the SMG in this area too. You broke my grill. Oh, nice. We got the Fang Boar helm. Not that we'll use it. We may. I don't know. Snowman Gino? I feel like if I find out how to do it, you can teach a Titanic's Fact 101 at college. The submarine machine gun, yeah. Oh, Jaime, you have no idea about Riven Mike and his love for the Titanic. It's truly legendary. So, funny story, when we were in college, one of my first cousin, she's a little bit older than me. She went to school at the same college I did around the same time. And so she stopped by our apartment one day just to visit or whatever. And she had spouted some inaccuracy about the Titanic. And he corrected her, and she like insisted that she knew this fact about the Titanic And Mike essentially turned into that meme of like the how do you know if somebody's a vegan? Because they'll tell you every 10 minutes, and like the guy's like veins in his face are exploding. So like because Mike is a super nice, awesome person, he just like was going along with it. But immediately after she left, he looked up the fact and was like, Trent, I told you she was wrong. It's like, we all believed you, Riven Mike. We all believed you. But she's lucky she made it out of there alive, spewing those Titanic inaccuracies. There's no room for that in our domicile. Yeah, you just don't know about this man in the Titanic. Let's see. I need to go in there. Here we go. I knew it was around here somewhere. Anytime an enemy in Dark Souls turns and runs away from you, be very careful following him, because they're probably leading you into an ambush like that guy was trying to do. From Software can be absolutely sadistic with some of their enemy strats sometimes. And even like these little hollows are extremely dangerous, because they could just go into that like wild melee sequence there and just poise break you and kill you. It's nuts how even the most simple enemies can be very dangerous. But it's excellent game design because it forces you to play properly at all times. Unless you have a gun, in which case you just shoot them. But even this, I have to exercise some like space control, otherwise I'll get shot, or I'll run out of ammo and get closed in, whatever. Let's see, pendant. I may or may not have a problem when it comes to obsessing over turn of the century passenger ships, but the Titanic in particular. No, you love your thing, man, and that's super super cool that you. I think everybody has something like that they're obsessed with. That's like kind of off the wall, sort of. It just makes life more interesting that everybody somewhere is an expert on something. Yeah, there we go. Now we got the SMG. I didn't like the SMG as much. I'll give it another try this playthrough and we'll just see. Yeah, definitely. Without a hobby, you're just like all work and no play makes everybody a dull boy type thing. His knowledge of ships is definitely more useful than my useless gaming knowledge. It's like, yeah, you may know about the Titanic, but can you name all 4 original names of the characters in Castlevania 64? Ow. There we go. Don't try to heal on me. One day I may stream myself playing 9 Doors, 9 Persons, 9 Doors, which takes place on a replica of the Titanic. I've heard of that game. That's like, it got fairly good reviews if I remember correctly. I'm not surprised that you've heard of it. I too am a man of culture. Dark Souls is very rewarding. It's one of those games that it's very tough when you're trying to figure it out, and it can be somewhat frustrating. But once you figure out how it works, the satisfaction you get from clearing challenges is immense. And that's why the difficulty is so important. Because when you play well, like a lot of modern games have so much animation canceling and movement tech, kind of like Assassin's Creed and all that, that you just like, when you fight bosses and you go to different levels, there's never, like, you don't question whether or not you'll be able to clear it. It's more of an experience than it is a challenge. Whereas Dark Souls said, hey, let's make a game that's fair but a challenge. So that when you overcome its challenges, you die. You feel very satisfied. I think what we may do one night, if I can get Riven Mike on the stream, is I will go and compile a list of video games with Titanic levels, and we'll play all of them together, and I'll just have him commentate on all the stuff. That would actually be pretty legit. Like I showed him, this has been like 3 or 4 years now, because when my daughter was first born, he came to stay at the house one weekend, and we played Duke Nukem 0 Hour just so I could show him the Titanic level. And he was like pointing out all like this is trying to replicate this area of the ship, and this is inaccurate because of this. It was really interesting. So I think we're going to have to go back and do that. Because I can think of at least 2 Titanic levels off the top of my head, so I know there has to be more. That and the one in Gex 64 spring to mind. Bye. Lock and load. Enemy spotted. All the rats coming to me. Even the rats are dangerous in this game. Like, I've gotten ganged up on by the rats in this little area and killed before. They're actually dangerous. And they can inflict poison as well. Because FromSoft hates you. There are some pretty cheesy things in this game I wouldn't consider fair. Oh yeah, there's a ton of them. And one-frame time traps. I wish they had never removed the player preview on Tekken Ranked in Season 1. I don't want to learn, I just want to mash. Yeah, I got downvoted for saying this, but even as I wouldn't even call myself a pro player, a competitive player. I like to play competitive Tekken, and I do want to get better, even though I'm on break from Tekken right now. I was not a fan of them removing that from Season 1, and I explained why on Reddit, and I got heavily downvoted. And their reasoning was like, oh, there's so many people ducking me. People are ducking me. I'm just like, dude, if you're so good at Tekken that people are ducking you, do you really want to play somebody who would duck anyway? Like, who is the scrub in that situation? This guy's ducking you because he doesn't want to get better. He just wants to win, and he just wants to mash. And you can beat him, and you just want to play him over and over again because you know you can win. That's what it really amounts to, I think. I think the healthy middle ground would be to put the player preview in casual mode and then just take it out for ranked. I think that would be a fair compromise. I think that'd be more than fair. Because in a tournament like Kit or whatever, you don't get to pick who you play, regardless of, the play style they use. But in casual, it's just casual, so who cares? If you want to duck people in casual, duck people in casual. Who cares? And there are more reasons to not want to play somebody other than just like they're using Eddie Gordo and you can't deal. Like there are some people that legitimately like troll. There's the occasional cheater. I mean, there are valid reasons to not want to rematch somebody, especially in player match. So I think people should just kind of get over themselves. Yeah, I'm not falling for that, dude. Now, that's true, too. A lot of people would duck characters. But I think that would be good for Namco, though. Because right now, they tend to place a lot of their balance decisions around win percentage. So, like I think they said, if a character starts getting up above 54-ish win percentage, then they start looking at maybe balancing that character some more because they're pretty strong. But if it was the case that absolutely nobody wanted to play Leroy, Fakamram, Akuma, that might be a sign that you need to, tweak them just a little bit. But Tekken 7, I think, is dead now, so it doesn't matter. I wish we could have got one more balance patch to kind of knock some of the top tier down. Like your Devil Jins and your Julias and your Leroy is still really good. If you just knock some of those guys down. I think everybody else is in a good place, but you just need those top tiers to come down to the rest of the game, and then it would be fine. Oh yeah, connection quality is a thing too, right? So, sometimes even if it says good connection, you'll run into people you have a bad connection with. And you shouldn't have to play that person again if you don't want to. Has nothing to do with ducking anybody. Tekken community as a whole is kind of trash about that. It's just like, if you complain about anything at all, you're just a scrub and you just need to get good. Like, no, not quite. I think as long as you're coming from a well-meaning position, it's okay to criticize certain things and just be willing to change your opinion. Like if you think something's broken and somebody says, no, here's why, you can easily beat it, then you should be like, oh, okay, I see. I heard that armor clinking and I got very scared. I want a sword. Where my sword at? I bet the blacksmith will have one I can just straight up buy. The Honor Londo archers are probably the only, like, it's busted, take it out of the game section that I remember. And Blighttown, just because the FPS is like 5. Hello, the game is perfect. You're the one that needs to be changed. Yeah, I don't know why people adopted that mindset with Tekken. I mean, and no game is perfect. And I grew up playing like extremely broken Tekkens. Like I remember Tekken 1 and 2. Like a few weeks before Kit at Locals, me and Mooski. Mooski, are you in the chat? Do you remember when we played Tekken 2? And like all I had to do was pick Kazuya and just like twin piston you or hell sweep, and that was it. That's all I had to do the whole time. Twin piston, hell sweep, twin piston, hell sweep. That was it. It's like, what? Kazuya has all these other moves? Doesn't matter. Don't need them. I require many things. Purchase item. Give me the sword. think I want to go broadsword for now, but we're definitely gonna oh, I'm definitely gonna get myself killed many times. Where my broadsword at? There it is. The devs are right. In every decision they made, they are not humans, but angels picked by Lord Harada. Well, Angel was a playable character, after all. I got things to do, blacksmith man. One, two, three. We got 3 levels. Let's do it. Now we got some nonsense we need to take care of at ye old Firelink here. The Gimp blacksmith and Majora's Mask. Yeah, I'd repressed that memory. Thanks for reminding me of that. Majora's Mask was really something, right? The whole like themes about death and sacrifice and sadness in a kid's game with like a Gimp blacksmith and the giant creepy moon that's about to destroy the whole planet. Going back in time so that everything you accomplished is pointless to everyone else. Freaking Gimp blacksmith. How many times do you get to say that? Gimp blacksmith? I think it's... It's on one of these things. I remember that much. I don't think that's a theory. I think that that's actually the direction they went with the Zelda timeline. And I think it actually splits into 3. Not just 2, but 3. Oh, no, 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 no. Depending on whether Link loses that fight or not. Homeward Bone. Not quite ready to mess around with those skeletons just yet. They're very strong for this point in the game. Although I have heard tales of people playing the game and thinking and not knowing where to go, so they thought you were supposed to go to the graveyard first, and so they just like grinded their way through it. Uh-oh. Well, this is good. Well done, everybody. So yeah, we're gonna have to quit out once we're soft locked. That was fun. It was very strange. I never had any glitches like that the very first time I played through with the gun mod. Okay, as long as we're not still stuck. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm going to check my my document here to tell me where we need to be looking. I know it's on one of those little did they really put 2 links with the... Oh yeah, that's very helpful. Okay. Nope. Slightly concerned because I'm not seeing any messages from other players. There should be some notes and things marking the positions, but I think it's right here. Yeah, there we go. The Magnum. The Magnum, if I remember correctly, was fairly strong, but not as useful as the plasma pistol, so... Oof! So now that we have that, we'll try out the Magnum, but I imagine we'll just stick with the plasma pistol. Did you see speedrunners beat the Ocarina of Time Smash Brothers Brawl 5-minute demo? Yeah, I did see that. That was really neat, actually. Oh, do you believe that the arbitrary code execution does not count as actually beating the game? I think there's definitely an argument to be made. It just depends on what you want to do. If your goal is to reach the credits, then yeah. Why did that not work? So he added multiplayer death matches in this as well, from like the maps from I think Halo 2. So you can queue into death matches where like you walk around and pick up guns and shoot at each other like it's 2000 Halo. But that's how you join the multiplayer matches, with the blue bonfires. I finished the first portal. I think. I know I got pretty far. I don't know if I finished it. This mod also has an Among Us mini game in it, but I've never tried it. Knights giving you trouble? Pop a cap in them. Works every time. Yeah, shoot magic at this. I didn't really watch any of CEO, with the exception of like I saw Arslan versus Anakin. Like I said, I'm super burned out on Tekken right now, so I just kind of gave myself a little sneak peek, and I didn't really watch much of it. SMZ, you'll have to remind me. In Dark Souls 1, your equip load is just your strength, right? That determines whether you fat roll or not. I know in DS3 it's your VIT, or whatever, your vigor or whatever it is. Oh, did he just heal? We're going to want pistol for this next part. I hate that animation. I still got to make my going to a major guide. I just never did. Like I said, once I got back from Kit, I was like, oh, I'm going to go play Tekken some more and get better and continue to compete. And I was just like, I just can't. I'm so burnt out. I got to take a break. But I still want to do that video about like what to expect when you go to a major for the first time. I'm just so glad that offline Tekken is back. You have no idea. And that offline fighting games are back. Get my boy Lotrick out of jail. Oh, the humanity. Attunement? Roll speed is determined by current equip load divided by total equip roll. Greater than 25% is fast, 75 is mid, above is fat, 100% is like ultra fat. I'm not sure which one this one is. That's probably like a mid if I had to guess. Well, Tekken 8, Jaime, that probably won't come out until like I'm 50, so it won't matter. At that point, I'll probably have 3,000 subs going at the current rate. Saying, hey everybody, it's Terensu here, and we're talking about Tekken 8. Here's my top 10 Season 1 DLC characters for Tekken 8. Let's see, that's the boss. I guess I can just go fight the boss. I don't have any reason to not fight the boss. We got our plasma pistol ready. At the ready. Where you at, Gargoyle? That was the main thing, is I wanted to get his tail axe. If we could just get it off the screen, that would be great. There's the second one right on time. Stop. Ah. Ah. There we go. That's so fun with the pistol. That's so fun because you can just melee and then you can back up and shoot. It's actually really fun. Whee! Yeah, man, Tekken 8, like, I watched part of the video where Main Man was fussing about the Tekken 8 Definitive and Ultimate Edition. I didn't realize they wanted $125 for the full game. And Tekken 7 is probably closer to 10 years old than not. So that is absolutely ridiculous to charge that much for that game and all those DLC characters. I'll check. Let's check and see what we're looking. Here, let me screw it up. So is that the weight on the far end? 2.7? I need to use some of these souls to up my strength and see if that increases my equip load. There's an RPG you can get at the Kiln of the First Flame, but it's like probably 20 pounds. This absolute Chad. Well, what is it? Yeah, not for 3,000. Yo, Tim, what's up, man? Burst gesture. Yeah, I've got them carrying around all these 13k souls. I feel like that meme of the guys playing Sea of Thieves, and they're like, Captain, look! And the ship is like headed right toward their broadside. And they're like, we have so much stuff. No, no, no. Just step over the bodies of all my dead enemies here. Is there a shortcut to open down here? I already opened it. That's right. Okay. Yeah, we need to increase equip load for sure. So we're not quite so chonky. Because I hate being slow in this game. You got to be fast to get through some of this bull crap in this game. Look at all these levels. Yeah, let me check. Ye old wiki. Dark Souls 1 equip load, also known as equipment burden in Dark Souls 1. Encumbrance level. Equip load is primarily governed by endurance, increasing linearly up to 139 at 99 endurance with no soft cap. Okay, so it's actually endurance that we need to raise. How many levels do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 levels. There we go. Should make us a little bit tougher there. think that's a little faster. Can we still get by with our pistol? Yeah, that's not bad, right? We can do that. Okay, so now I have to remember next. We can go do Darkroot Garden shenanigans, or we can go towards Lost Ezelith and ring the second bell of awakening. So why don't we do that? If I can remember how to get there. It's been so long since I played. Yeah, as long as I have the mid-roll. Yeah, equip load. 11 pounds out of 56. So we're doing pretty good, I think. No, don't heal on me. Just shoot it, Fox. I'm trying to remember, where is the path to Quelaag's domain? I know you got to go through Blighttown and like the lower. It's somewhere from Undead Burg. I'm just trying to remember how to get there. Oh yeah, we can go down here and kill this guy right quick. Ah. The hardest thing about RPGs picking back up after you stopped. I'll start a new file, and I'll just start a new file and never beat it, and you just end up in this perpetual sequence, right? Is any of my ZSO folks in the chat? Is Knuckles still stuck in the fire temple? I bet he is. The fraud. What needs smithing this day? Neither of us want to see you go hollow. Nux beat it and called it. As long as it's the temple he beat. That legit was harder than the base game, though, and especially with it being something there's no guide for. I understand it taking longer. I've never even beaten the normal Master Quest for Ocarina of Time. I always get bored about the time I hit Jabu's. I really would like if one of these knights would drop his silver greatsword. Darkwater Beach. You guys remember that time I tried to play Sonic Adventure 2 on stream? That was pretty bad, right? Let's not do that again. No, 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 no. Oh, everything went better than expected. I do want that item, though. I heard that Elden Ring has a jump button, which is great because, like, any kind of mobility options in this game are very tricky, to say the least. Freaking jump takes health. I keep wanting to beat RE2 Remake again, but I'll just end up playing Tekken 7 or Rocket League. To be a silly game, Rocket League, people get serious about that. Fatalist, that's on the stream sometime, he plays Rocket League a lot. Or at least I used to see him play it a lot on Steam. I don't know if he still does. I assume he does. All right, I'm going to head out. See you, Duder. Can't wait to see more of this. Hey, thanks for stopping by, SMZ. It was good talking to you again. I hope we get to do a game night soon. You got my contact, man. Just hit me up when you want to play. Heck, we'll have you on the stream sometime. We'll co-op some Dark Souls or something. But thanks for stopping by. Pleasure as always. Both those games are old AF now. RL is free at least. Yeah. Unlike Tekken 7 Legendary Edition, which is $120 American, which is outrageous. Oh gosh, Crystal Man. I appreciate him blocking that blast for me. That was nice. I forget what that is down there. I think it's like a dragon or something that's halfway out of the... It makes killing enemies like this a lot more tolerable, because in the original game you just had to get a bow and arrow and just snipe for like 10 minutes, and then here you can just do it in about 5 or less. You don't have to kill any of these giant stationary enemies, but you usually do get decent rewards for it if you do, so that's why I'm going to do it, since we have a pistol to do so. Yeah, see, we got a ring and a dragon scale for upgrading, so that was worth it. I say we're not a sorcery build, but if we were, this would be very useful. I've just never been much for magic in Dark Souls. It's completely viable. I tend to stick with pyromancy rather than like sorceries, because just about any build can use pyromancy. Anybody can just throw some pyromancy on their build because of the way pyromancy works. Any kind of projectile, even if it's weak, like a projectile just to like lure out enemies and things, is super useful. And you can get some of the defensive buff ones and that kind of thing. So it's all good. No ghosts, no go. Yeah, me and the Snowman Zero go far back. You guys don't know about Snowman Zero. Got some ancient internet history between us. Only my true subs will know this one. Tim, are you still in the chat? That's Saban, who you may recall if you know my old videos. My review of NBA Hang Time, he was the second player in that. Playing on some Caliera or whatever you call it on MAME. I'm getting some weird sound pop in my headphones. I hope you guys aren't hearing it too. Die, tree. Not a real sub, but glad I'm here. Yeah, Tim remembers this stuff of Legends. Back in the good old days. Gosh, the AI was so freaking busted in those games. Like the computer opponent keeps the game close. Yeah, right. More like it cheats to steal your money. It's not even about playing better. It's just whoever scores last wins. Unless you don't play well, in which case the computer will get ahead of you. Let's go ahead and light that fire, even though we don't really need it right now. First time I played through this, I had no idea that weapons how to view weapon requirements. So I would just like continuously dump points into strength trying to equip weapons. And then it turns out I only needed like 1 extra point in dexterity, and I upgraded my strength to like 40 or something like that. Something ludicrous. Up to 20 strength. We're not doing too bad. We should be able to equip some big boy weapons as soon as we find one. Tell you want to get like the Silver Knight Greatsword or something like that. Okay, that's good. The sound is good. I'm always paranoid because I've like recorded, like you guys have no idea how much content you guys have missed out on because I've like made the whole video and then the sound quality was like terrible. There's a few things I uploaded anyway, but there's been a lot of videos that you guys never saw because I made them and then sound wasn't at a quality I deemed acceptable, shall we say. And so we just had to kill them. I've toyed with the idea of starting a second channel to put some of the stuff like that. And just like put some of the memes and things that I put up, put those on a second channel. A halberd. Spears, unfortunately, are just not very good in Dark Souls, in my opinion, at least for PvE. Oh yeah, because that WizPig clip is like literally 100 years old at this point, and so who cares? I mean, if you go and watch my very first reviews, they are terrible. I mean, they are awful. The sound quality's like this the whole time. Because a lot of them were recorded on like a Gateway 98 microphone that I just had. It wasn't even USB. It used the old like pink microphone jack that you would plug in with. Oh gosh. Yeah, what I'm going to do is kill the dragon so I can activate that bonfire and then just fight this guy over and over until he drops his sword, and then we're going to use it. Oh, somebody clip that. That's the luckiest thing that's ever happened on my stream. Amazing. Let's check out the usage requirements. Let's see. Required parameters, 32 strength and 18 dexterity. Yeah, we got a little bit before we can use that one. But at least we have something to work towards. We'll probably get the dexterity first, and then we'll start pounding away at strength. You get very generous soul totals from bosses, so it won't be as bad as it sounds. And that's to one-hand it. We could still two-hand it, like for boss fights and stuff. Well, Riven Mic is my mod. It's just I'm so small that I can handle it with like one mod for live streams and then just do the rest of it myself. And Riven Mike is just a good friend of mine that for some reason enjoys my stream and so agreed to... He didn't really agree to help out. I just made him a mod, and he usually is watching, so if somebody's in here being stupid, he'll take care of them for me. Alright, let's go visit our friend the dragon. And if that dragon's not up there anymore, that's fine too. Nope, he's still up there. You don't want none, dragon. Oof. I need to reinforce my Estus flask. It's doing like no healing. Oh, come on. I need to get a different angle on this dragon because otherwise he's going to make this very difficult. How did that hit me? I was like 100 miles underground at that point. Oh Lord, there's his tail. Yeah, let's just heal and reset him. And then we'll get to the other side of the bridge and just fire at him from there so he can't hurt us. Actually, let's go ahead and get the strength first. 20 strength. We needed what? 35 strength and... Let's see. 32 strength, 18 dexterity. So, yeah, we should probably get the 18 dexterity. Although, arguably, the 32 strength would help us more, but... Yeah. Eat it. Beat it, dragon. So thanks to Zully the Witch. What the heck? Okay. Thanks to Zully the Witch, we know kind of how enemies work in Dark Souls as far as they patrol certain areas. And they're basically invisible gates that they cannot go through. So I think that's what was happening. He was running into a gate, and so he was turning around to go back to his designated spawn point. But I was shooting him and therefore re-aggroing him. So... yeah, let's go ahead and open this. That's the joy of From Software games, is opening shortcuts. That's pretty much the entire game. No, it's fine if you can't. Where's Rasmus? He could clip it for us. Or Wacky Deli could probably do that as well. Yeah, let's see, 4 more we'll be able to get... Alright, we need to go. Dark Souls 3 added a quick fall with your ladder, but you can't do it in this one apparently. It just lets you slide down quickly. Saves a lot of time. Now, this area is bad. This is one of those areas that you do it the right way 2 or 3 times and then eventually you say screw it and just run through it because it's bad. Because there's going to be like a bunch of doors with enemies that pop out and try to ambush us. Like that. See, this is how you get good in Dark Souls. When you fight these humanoid enemies, you see how I lock on and then circle around? It doesn't even really matter if I can block it or not. I'm just trying to use the quick motion of the shield to get around behind them. In Dark Souls 3, you can backstab for like massive damage just by getting behind an opponent and pressing the attack button. Yeah, see? See, I'm just walking behind him. That's a super effective Dark Souls strat. Alright, so this boss is actually not that bad unless you get overwhelmed. It's going to be a demon and 2 dogs, so we just have to kill the dogs before they can gang up on us, and then we're good. Or we could just get stuck in a corner at the beginning and die. That was great. That's one very stupid thing about this game is you can just get stuck in a corner and just have no choice but to just die. You just die because there's nothing you can do. And it's bloody stupid. It makes me use British swears. It's so dumb. I say it's bloody stupid. Because it is. Yeah, it did. The more fun games and the streams with more folks tends to go quicker. That's how it works. I think we'll definitely be picking up on this one next week because I've enjoyed this mod. Of course, anytime you get to play Dark Souls is usually a good time, but we've had some laughs, we've had some tears. Friends become enemies, enemies become friends kind of thing. You know. Alright, let's see if we can't not screw this part up. You ever seen anybody miss 3 point blank shots at range while locked on? The mail breaker, the postmaster general, would be so upset. We're getting low on bullets too. All right, we just want to stop. All right, let's go ahead and fill it. Hey, Kate, you're finally here. I'm glad you're here. Are you going to stream Christmas week or New Year's week? Yes, I will. I'm actually off work the entire week of Christmas. So unless something changes, I'm probably going to do some daytime streams. I may move the stream to during the day at that point, just to so I don't have to be like so dead tired that Tuesday. But then again, I also could just sleep late. So I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something. I will be streaming though. There's no reason not to. It'd be a very merry. Maybe I'll bust out Days before Christmas on the Super Nintendo. All right, we got one of them. Go, get out of there. Fun fact, that's not even a true boss. That's just like a late game enemy that they made into a boss there. But you run into those things as normal enemies later, and it's no big deal. The Demon Great Machete. That's another super chonk weapon. How big is that? The Demon Great Machete. So that does great strength scaling, but it requires 40 strength, so we're a little bit behind on that one. I think you would need 20 strength to two-hand it even. So we're there, but we ain't there yet. Actually, I think there's an item back this way. Let's go back and get that. Yeah, that's essentially what they did. Because, I mean, you will literally run into rooms with like 7 or 8 of those later. They're no big deal. That one just gets music and a health bar. Dark Souls is very good with its world building, and where we're headed, it kind of makes sense that there would be a demon wandering around there. In the Dark Souls world, if I understand the lore correctly, I think I do because I watched the big documentary on it. Demons are not like demons, as in fallen angels or evil demons or whatever. They're just like, they're essentially mutants is what they are. I forgot how you get the key to that door. Yeah, so in the lore, we skipped the intro cutscene, but there was this lady called the Witch of Izalith, and she tried to create this massive flame, and it ended up just mutating like her family and all the people around her into demons. But that's the next place we need to go to, the home of the demons. John, you are the demons. Yeah, that will take us down to the obligatory sewer level. But we ain't about that sewer life just yet. So unfortunately we are going to need some of these. We're eventually going to end up in this place with toxic enemies that shoot little tiny blow darts that you can't even see. And toxic in this game is extremely, extremely deadly. Like ridiculously deadly. So there's poison and there's toxic, which is called rapid poison. Poison is more or less an annoyance. If you have enough health and healing items, you can just kind of, oh, whatever. It's like taking a lot of damage. Toxic is rapid poison and it is extremely deadly. Like, you'll be dead within a matter of 30 seconds if you don't have a healing item, or if you're not like sitting by a bonfire. And this game is fond of throwing sections with enemies that build up your rapid poison meter extremely fast. And it's like before you even know what happened to you, you're just dead. Oh yeah, I forgot about this section. This section's fun. And by fun, I mean not fun at all. Low ceiling. Yeah, isn't that great? The guy down there I can't even see. He just starts wailing on me. At some point, we got to go back to Firelink's Shrine and buff our Estus Flask because we have a Firekeeper's Soul. Stop. You tool. That guy's fairly dangerous, so I would have liked to have killed him from afar, but... Here he comes. We can take that to Andre the Blacksmith, and that'll buff his abilities. That's a big old rat. And what they'd like to do in this area is put enemies that one-shot you that drop from the ceiling if they catch you. Because game. You just have to be really careful not to go in too fast, or one of them will get you. So eventually we're going to have to go down there. Finding a lot of humanity this run, which is good. Oh, this tool over here. Look at this absolute Chad. Yeah, get dabbed on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. See, this is what SMZ was talking about when he said there's stuff in this game that's not fair. That's a perfect example. So the boss is down there, but I really would like to use the bonfire before we get there. Nope, it's not. We have to have a sewer stream in every level. Have you tried setting up another CV64 stream? I have not. I need to get in touch with those guys. The CV64 Discord is very quiet lately. Which is just appalling to me that people aren't discussing Castlevania 64 at least once a day. Given that it's one of the best games ever made. There's a rat in that box right there. I do remember that. Hasta luego. Generally, when you get ready to access the underground ruin shortcut, this is where you would go to farm the humanities needed to unlock it. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there's going to be more CV64 streams. Don't you worry about that. I think I've decided on a target for the next one. I got to reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to drop by. But we'll see. I bet he would. Oh yeah, let me check. I just don't want to wear that game out, because if I get tired of playing it, that's bad, and I don't want to get tired of playing it. And a lot of my channel's follower base is built around that, so if they ever get tired of watching it, I'm in trouble. So, all right, just 2 more dexterity. Ah. Oh no, one of them's still alive. This area also introduces curse enemies and the curse status effect, which is like the worst thing in the entire game. Because it's very expensive to cure, and it comes back after you die, and until you cure it, your maximum health is like halved or something like that. And the game gives you no indication of how to cure it unless you've read the item description that cures it. So yeah, that's great. Thanks, game. I need to make some more scripted videos too. Hopefully I have time, energy, and inspiration to do that during the time off. I've just been so busy with work that I get these ideas. I'm like, yeah, that would be a great video idea. It's like, oh, when am I going to have the time to record it? I'm not. Yeah, those are the annoying ceiling ambush enemies I was telling you about. That was an absolute failure. Yeah, those are the curse enemies. They breathe out this fog. If you stand in it too long, you get cursed, which kills you instantly, and you respawn with like less than full health. Max health is your max health is like limited. And you're given like no real indication of where to go or how to fix it. And I don't think this game came with an instruction guide either. I'd have to go check my copy on the shelf over there. That's a really good ring. Let's equip that. You get health back every time you kill an enemy. So health management in this game is precious, so we need that. I love rolling through the poopy stacks here. Oh yeah, there's none of those jerks. Those guys are very scary just because of the curse status, but once you know how to fight them, they're really not that bad. They only have 2 attacks. Both of them involve the curse breath. One where they jump in the air and spray it straight down on you, and another where they just like spray it around themselves. And so you basically just read the attack and then counter appropriately, and that's how you deal with that crap. Oh, did you see that? It pulled me back into it. What is that? Trash is what it is. Fix your game, FromSoft. Still waiting on a patch for this game 12 years later. Yeah, see, there's the one of them. and your curse resistance is less when you're in human form. I haven't reverted to human any of this playthrough. You can still get cursed as undead, but you get cursed much faster as a human than you do undead. Okay, yeah, we need to go. Get back. Belmont's Revenge. Whoa, I missed a lot of messages. I feel spoiled. You finished Parasite Eve. Thanks for enduring that. I enjoyed Parasite Eve. It was a good game. It just had some questionable design decisions in some places. But, I mean, it was a first game in a series, so I'll give them that. I found the combination of RPG, Resident Evil, and gunplay I thought was all really well done, so I thought it was fun. Tim Cuff wants to know Belmont's Revenge world record attempts win. I would have to learn to speedrun that game. I can beat it casually in about 40 minutes, so that's not too bad without dying. I understand, but it's a pretty good game. It sucks when people don't like it. At least it's a better Castlevania game than Lords of Shadow. I'm a fan of Castlevania games in general, but those two are pretty much the best. That and Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness. And Jaime says that's why I like the stream. It's unscripted and casual. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of the live stream, is just to come and hang out on the stream. It's to not have like the pitfalls of just like recording and sticking to a script and all that. Belmont's Revenge is the second of the three Game Boy, the original Game Boy Castlevanias. There's like two Castlevania 2s. So there's Castlevania 2 on the NES, which is Simon's Quest. And then there's Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge. And that was because of a little naming stupidity on the part of Konami America. So like I forget what the Japanese version of those Game Boy games is called. Like the first one is, I think, Akumajao Dracula Gaiden or something like that. And then the sequel was like Akumajao Dracula Gaiden 2 or something like that. But it got changed. So in America they just called the first one the Castlevania Adventure, and it was terrible. And then the sequel was called Castlevania 2 Belmont's Revenge, despite the fact that there was a Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, which was already on the NES at that point. But they're two completely separate games. It's like if you took the first Castlevania on Game Boy, the Adventure, and made it not terrible. And it's actually really, really good. The highlight of the game is the soundtrack. It's probably the best Game Boy soundtrack there is. If you've never listened to it, go look up Belmont's Revenge, Praying Hands. That track is freaking amazing. And like all of them are. Every single track in that OST is amazing. So you got to check it out. If you like Game Boy music, you got to check it out. Castlevania The Adventure, the music was composed by the same guy. And it's the highlight of that game. Like, Castlevania The Adventure is awful. It is a slog to play through. But the music is amazing. It's like some of the series' best. And most of those tracks never got reused, unlike the rest of Castlevania music. Like, the last full level takes... what was the composer's name? Claude Debussy, who wrote, I think it's Passipede or something like that. That's the stage music for the next to last stage, and it fits so well, and it's done so well. But yeah, you got to check out the Belmont's Revenge OST. It's great. It's super good. There's not a bad track on that album. The soundtrack, whatever. Dang, that stuff is all very expensive. It's locked. Yeah, we got to go defeat the next boss to get in there. And that leads, thankfully, it'll be 12 o'clock almost by the time I get down there. Because that leads to the worst area in the game. Like, with its poison enemies and 3 FPS, it's just bad. The boss of the area is down there, so we're not too far off, thankfully. Hopefully we can kill it first try so we don't have to walk all the way back down here. He's not too tough, you just have to stay out of his way. And watch out for nonsense. It's weird how human error can change entire game's lore. Isn't there a transgender fighter in Street Fighter due to a misunderstanding about violence toward women? I believe the character you're referring to is Poison, and to this day I have no idea how that character is actually handled or like the lore are supposed to be handled. I'm way out of touch on Capcom lore and Street Fighter lore. I just know it crosses over with like I think the Final Fight games. Because that character originally appeared in those games. Anyway, here's Gaping Dragon. The main thing that he has is like a charge attack that you just do not want to get hit with. The charge attack or like the fall down onto you attack are both usually one hit kills. Yeah, that will kill you in one hit, so you don't want to get hit by that. Apparently his head is his weak point too. There we go. I just pistoled that boss out because that bonfire is really annoying to get back to if you die, so I didn't want to have to go through all that. Yeah, but he's dead. Okay, great. That boss really... Even using melee, that boss is not too bad. You just gotta kind of duck and weave and not get hit by some of the more egregious attacks. If you can do that, you're fine. Gaping Dragon probably had a more on-the-nose name before. Capcom USA at least turned the enemy into a random male guy for Final Fight Super Nintendo. I don't think they were aware of Poison's backstory in the Japanese version, but wouldn't be surprised if they did it only because they didn't want violence portrayed on a female character. That's probably what happened. I think it was just a matter of probably Nintendo at the time didn't want depictions of women being hit, so they just took it out. I mean, this is the company that shuffled bosses' names around because they thought they would be too boring. And so they didn't even change the names, they just shuffled them around. That, and they were trying to avoid being sued by Mike Tyson, which you can't really blame them for that, but Japan is just like, I laugh in the face of Western copyright law. Which way do I go? My Japanese. What about watashi no Japanese? 時々日本語を話せますけど、14年前、日本語で大学で勉強しました。でも、この頃あまり日本語を使いませんから、たくさん忘れてしまいました。残念ですね。アメリカの会社に勤めていることは、あんまり日本語は使えないと思う。残念ですね。I took Korean for a brief stint, and the Korean professor always said that my Korean had a Japanese accent, so that was both fascinating and hilarious to me. I think this is the way out of here. Tempted to just use the homeward bone so we can... Helm of the Wise. What does it do, though? Anyway, here's Blighttown. No, I studied Japanese in college for several years at great physical harm to myself. 4 years during undergraduate and then 1 year on and off as an assistant volunteer to the same teacher that taught me in undergrad. It was amazing that graduate school was much easier than undergrad for me because I didn't take Japanese in grad school. And that one class accounted for like 90% of the grief I suffered in college. It was pretty terrible. Idiot. But I've forgotten like a lot of my Japanese. I've forgotten all my kanji for the most part, with the exception of a few basic ones that were just like beat into me. Because I just don't use it anymore. I worked for a company out of college that had a lot of Japanese employees and influence, and so I used it a lot then. But once I started working for American companies, there was just like no reason to keep it up, and so I didn't, even though I should have. Oh no, this is bad. This is bad. Get up, get up, get up. I dream in Spanish by speaking English. Spanish was my first language. Yeah. So, question, did you learn English later or were you raised bilingual? Because there is a difference in the way your brain perceives language. Time to retreat. Ow. We have a lot of souls that I really do not want to lose. And these guys are pretty dangerous, so. You learned English. Okay, so you would have probably, your brain would count that as a second language at that point, but I don't know. There's a lot of this is all theoretical, of course, because you can't dissect someone's brain and find it. But you can read theories about what they call the language acquisition device, which is a hypothetical structure in the human brain which allows it to learn language. And the going theory, acceptable theory, is that whatever it is shuts off about the time you hit 10, 11, 12, about the time you go through puberty, because your body is worried about other stuff at that point, we'll say. But that's why children have an extremely easy time learning languages compared to adults who have a much harder time. And so linguists will say that you acquire your first language. You don't learn your first language, you acquire it, because it is stored in two different parts of the brain. Your second language is just stored and pulled out of your memory, but your first language is stored in a separate place. Because there have been instances of people getting in car wrecks and stuff and suffering brain damage, bilingual people, and they woke up with damage to the first language part of their brain, and so they woke up speaking their second language, and it took them some time to recover before they could get back to their first language. It's extremely fascinating stuff, linguistics. But yeah, you can look up about the LAD, the language acquisition device, and Broca's area if you want to learn some more fun linguistic facts. Look at this guy here. My friend's daughter knows sign language from daycare, but he never knew any. Yeah, that stuff can happen. Because kids, and it doesn't have to be spoken language, is the fascinating thing about humans and language. It's pretty much just beaten into our DNA and programming to communicate. So there's American Standard Sign Language or whatever, and then there's also Nicaraguan Sign Language. So I think it was Nicaragua, obviously. They had this community where they sent all their deaf people And over time, they developed their own sign language. So you can look up and read about Nicaraguan sign language. It's a thing. Oh, goodness. Please get out of first person. So, like, the language doesn't even have to be spoken. If you put people together long enough, they'll develop a way to communicate with each other. We cannot help ourselves. It's unfortunate how good they made the enemy pathing. Because, like, you have no idea how to reach enemies, but they spot you, they take a beeline for you in the fastest path possible. There's a bonfire around here somewhere. I really need to get to it. But this is legit the worst area in the game. On the console, the frame rate just chugs in this area because of all the enemies, and it's so huge. It's a big wide open space. Who is that? The whole country song by the Dixie Chicks, Wide Open Spaces? That's this level. Except it's full of, like, disease. Yeah, there are. There's some African languages that use clicks, like tongue clicks. But that's really the only place we see that. I guess we have to use a homeward bone because I'm not going to lose 35,000 souls at this point when we're trying to reach a level up goal at that. Depths. Alright, let me double check. I think we need... where is it? Black Knight Great Sword requires 32 and 18. Let's go ahead and do that. And now we need 7 more strength. And we'll be ready. Kind of, but not quite. Dolphins are clicking to echolocate. This is just like a mouth click that's incorporated into languages. Yeah, there's the shortcut door I should have opened earlier, but forgot about it. Alright. Nope, I think we gotta jump in a hole. This area all looks the same. It's all confusing. I hate sewer levels. But this level is still better than Blighttown. Blighttown's... Admittedly, it's better with a pistol, but it's still pretty bad. That was close. We would have for sure got cursed had that hit us at that range, and we wouldn't have been able to escape. And that would mean a trip all the way back to where we fought the bell tower gargoyles earlier. We would have to go back and see that NPC there. He's the one that can heal you from that. Because I don't think I bought a purging stone. In general, anything in this game that sprays is very dangerous. There's just not many good ways to resist curse. Alright, watch out for the floor goop. Yeah, that is the curse fog. It's very innocuous, but it's extremely dangerous. Probably one of the worst things that can happen to you in this game, even worse than dying. Why do I always do this? Yeah, it's a side effect of this gun using stamina. Normally, when you run out of stamina, you would be attacking, so losing your balance and falling makes a little more sense. But when you're standing in place, firing a firearm, it just looks very silly. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, so they say. Yeah, you see how the gun's getting weaker, like even these basic enemies take several shots. Yeah, come up here, dude. Ouch. Let's see. I believe that that brick arch over there is the next checkpoint. We just got to navigate over there. Yeah, I'm not falling for that. Nice try. Yeah, my dude's no Duke Nukem, but he's holding his own. Hey, bonfire, let's go. We have actual bullets, too, that you had to have. It's just, even with a lot of bullets, you're limited by how many you can fire. Yeah, come on up here. I should have upgraded my weapon again before coming down here. This probably makes you guys watching nervous, because I know it does me. Skeevers. I hate these things. Oh, whatever. What a joke. You gotta be kidding me. And this is why this game is terrible and you should never play it. I told y'all Blighttown was awful. Y'all didn't believe me. Y'all thought it couldn't be that bad. I told you. Although admittedly the PC version is a lot better because the frame rate is stable at least. On console this area is terrible. Terrible-er. because it just tanks. No, don't go into first person. Our goal is to get down there to the bottom. And there's a boss down there we have to go fight. It's the giant spider lady. Oh, the humanity. Oh no! Yeah, you're right. That was a good stream. I think we should probably call it there, considering it's 5 till and we're back here again. But we'll pick up with some more dank souls next week. How about it? This was a fun one. I enjoyed this one. I need to share. Share, share, share. And trolls don't get blocked. It's one of those limited time access links. I gave you the limited time one today, so you'll have to check other videos out if you want to find the permanent invite to the Discord channel. Thank you, Jaime. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody else that stopped by. A lot of good viewers, a lot of fun commentary tonight. We'll see you Monday, and who knows, I might even post some videos for before then, if you're lucky. Take care, guys. Have a good night.